Hello, don't you just love short and snappy lessons? I doubt this one's going to get much longer than about 3-4 minutes. So, because we've really already done this work. Those of you who are following along with me using the Cambridge Essentials textbooks in Australia and maybe United Kingdom, then you can see that there are questions there that probably highlight the excitement that are prime numbers. But if you are watching an internet man, welcome, thanks for your time, and hopefully this will help. So, what is a prime number? Well, I've already copied this. What wheel? I've already copied this from a previous slide and a previous video. So, what is a prime number? It is a number that can be only divided by two numbers, the number 1 and itself, or it only has two factors. Remember, we've already met the word factors, and if you don't know what that is, see my previous video, right? Where a number is divisible without a remainder. So, let's look at the number 5. What are the factors of 5? Well, 1 goes into every number, as does the number itself. But does 2 go into 5? Nope. 3? Nope. 4? Nope. There we go. So we now say that 5 is a prime number. What about the number 7? Are there numbers that go in? Well, 1 and 7 obviously will always divide in. But what about 2? No, that will leave a remainder. 3? Nope, that will leave a remainder. 4? Nope, that will leave a remainder. 5? Nope, that will leave a remainder. 6? Nope. And there we go. So 7 is also prime. Now, things to note. We need to be very, very careful that if we look at the following 10 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1 is not prime, right? And because it doesn't fit the, it has to be divisible by 1 and itself. And really, we could argue all day about, well, 1 and itself, but let's just say 1 is not prime. 2 is prime, all right? So 2 is prime, and in fact, it is the only even prime number. If you think about the number 4, right? It's not prime. Why? Because it can be divisible by 2. 6 can be divisible by 2. And as soon as it can be divided by 2, it's not prime. Because it can only be divided by 1 in itself. 3 is prime. 4 is not, because it's even. So I actually can now cross off all of my even numbers, right? They're never going to be prime numbers except the number 2. What about 5? Well, we've already shown that 5 is, and 7 is. Now, what about 9? Lots of people go, 3, 5, 7. It's got to be all the odd numbers, because 3 is odd, and 5 is odd, and 7 is odd, and 9 is a big fat trick. Why is it a big fat trick? Well, think about the number 9. What do we know about the number 9? We know that it can be divisible by 3. So, in fact, 9 is not a prime number. So, if we were going to list the first 10 prime numbers, we would have 2, 3, 5, 7, not 9, then 11, 13. People would then say 15, but 15 can be divisible by 5, so that's no good. Then 17, and then 19. So how many have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 more. 19, 20, no, 21. 21 can be divided by 3. 22, 23. Oh, 23, and we wrote 3 first. So 23, 24, no, 25, no, 26, no, 27, no, 28, no, 29. So, are they my first 10 prime numbers? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They are my first 10 prime numbers. So what is a composite number? Well, a composite number is a number that actually has more than 2 factors. So generally speaking, all numbers except 1 and 2 and all the prime numbers will be composite. All right. So again, let's just think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll just deal with the first. So 1 is not composite because it has to have more than 2 factors. 2 is not composite because it has to have more than 2 factors. We already know that 3 and 5 and 7 are prime numbers, so they're no good to me. But what about 4? Well, the number 4 has the factors 1, 2, and 4. So 4 is composite. 6 has 1, 2, 3, and 6. So that is composite. 8. 1, 2, 4, and 8. So that is composite because it has more than 3 factors. Sorry, more than 2 factors. And likewise, 9 and 10 are also composite numbers. So let's think. What about composite numbers? The first 10 composite numbers. 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10 are our first 1, 2, 3, 4 composite numbers. So that's 5 of them, 10, 11, no, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 18. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So as I'm concerned, they are my first 10 composite numbers. Now, so what is a prime factor? Well, if we think about it, what is a factor? And we met this before. It's a number that will divide into another number a whole number of times, right? Or with no remainder. So if I have the number, let's say 24, let's find all the factors of 24. So it is 1 and, let's do factor pairs. Let's do 24. I like doing this. So 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, and 4 and 6 and 5, and that's it. So we now have our numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. And all we now need to do is try and work out which of these are prime numbers. Well, 1 isn't prime, 2 is, 3 is, 4 isn't, 6 isn't, 8 isn't, 12 isn't, and 24 isn't, because they're all even numbers. And so our prime factors of 24 are just 2 and 3. Now that's very different than when you have prime decomposition. And this lesson's coming up where that line wasn't needed, where we need to split this up into 2 and 12. There's a prime number. 2 and 6, there's a prime number. 2 and 3, there's a prime number. So 24 can be re-expressed as 2 times 2 times 2 and 3. This is a product of its primes. Very, very different. And the thing about maths is it's the language of the questions that tend to throw people. Anyway, that's this lesson on prime numbers. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to seeing you next. It's been so great having you watch this video that I'd like to see you again and again and again. Wow, we could make some amazing maths together. So if you'd like to, and you'd like to be updated as to when I upload new videos, why not subscribe by clicking the button on the right? Otherwise, if you want to click and see another video created for this type of series, then click the video on the left. All right, well, you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you again.